K98 Talk is expanding its lineup for 2015. This means we are expanding our advertising base. Whether you're a startup trying to push through to the next level or an established business trying to supplement your advertising budget, web-based advertising is a solid investment. Thanks to Talk's newest partnership with TuneIn Radio and instant access to our sister station, K98 FM, we give you worldwide access at a reasonable cost. Interested parties should email us at sales@k98fm.com.
In these uncertain economic times, you've got to do whatever you can to save money. One of our biggest expenses can be our cars, especially when unexpected repair bills hit. Not anymore. If you own a vehicle with less than 130,000 miles, is less than 12 years old, has a warranty about to expire, or even no warranty at all, you could stop paying for car repairs. Roadside assistance, towing, and rental coverage are all included. Don't wait for the next repair. Make one free call right now to see if you qualify. If your vehicle is less than 12 years old, has less than 130,000 miles, even if it's out of warranty, paying for car repairs can become a thing of the past. Call us right now and get your car protected before your next repair bill hits. Get protection and no more repair bills. Call 800-696-1030. Again, 800-696-1030. That's 800-696-1030. 800-696-1030.
Joe had huge problems with the IRS.
I knew it was coming. I hadn't filed taxes since 1990.
All the IRS letters coming in added up to a nightmare.
To get up to like $68,000. My heart started beating fast. It's like, there's no way, man. I mean, I ain't going to be able to do this.
Then they stopped his paycheck.
So that's when I started making phone calls and found U.S. Tax Shield.
U.S. Tax Shield went to work immediately.
They just took the bull by the horns. What blew my mind is he called the IRS right then and there.
So why is U.S. Tax Shield A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau? Joe knows.
They saved me a ridiculous amount of money.
If you owe more than $10,000 to the IRS or state, choose the company Joe chose, U.S. Tax Shield.
It was the best decision I made. U.S. Tax Shield is the way to go. Life is good. Thank you, Lord.
Call 800-471-3287.
U.S. Tax Shield. Boo-rah. Yes.
800-471-3287. 800-471-3287.
Game on, where progressives fear us and rhinos tremble. Welcome to the political jungle. I'm JD.
This is Stacey. No one is safe. No one is spared.
Lock up the children.
And the old folk.
Welcome to the world of liberservative conservatarians. We're not going anywhere. That's right. Guess who's here? Tuesday night, October 7th, 2015, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's JD and Stacey here on Game On that K98 Talk, baby. Everybody right now, get over to K98Talk.org. Get in that chat room. Say hello to Stacey. Join the best radio listening audience in the business. These people are insane. I don't care how offended they get at me when I make jokes at their expense. We have a packed hour tonight. McCarthy drops the ball. Hillary picks it up. But is she Charlie Brown to Biden's Lucy in the football? Iran, Durka jihadis, and Putin, what could possibly go wrong? No one gets deported, and Johnny got to learn some Farsi, baby, and a whole lot more. Good evening there, Stacey.
Good evening there, JD.
How you doing there, baby girl?
Oh, I'm doing great. I hear we made a list tonight.
We're going to get into the list. And for anybody who wants to, for anybody who's wondering what kind of list it is, it's definitely...
Y'all crazy, bitch.
All right, that's a tease. That's what they call here in the radio biz, the tease, and the bit. But before the list and before all the nonsense, and we know you're listening, so do me a favor. For you who are listening, puck your S a little tighter. But I'm teasing myself. We got an announcement for everybody, don't we, baby?
Yes, we do.
Oh, I think that calls for the JD and Stacey side.
Whatever, I'll do what I want.
that, Stacey? Forever, we can do what we want.
My bad. My bad. My bad.
Yeah,
My
we're going to
bad.
be FCC regulated. So we're using my bad all the time.
My bad. My bad.
Stop with the rules and ruining the moment.
They're not my rules.
So dumb.
What do you think, I'm stupid? In order to get through this, you just gotta keep your chin up.
That's right, kids. Your favorite political freak speaks and Doc Alley Sneaks talk show is going terrestrial.
My bad.
My bad.
You cannot
Pretty soon, Stacey and I are going to be welcoming all of our political geeks, freaks, and back alley sneaks on WNJC 1360 in New Jersey. That's right. Stacey and I are going up on that 1360 AM dial, baby. We're going to be in that South Jersey, Philly, and Northern Delaware, serving how many listeners, Stace?
Oh, was I think 4.2 million?
That 4.2 million listeners now, baby. Mercy, mercy, mercy. We want to thank everybody here who's made that possible. It is, I mean, the way that things are going, it is.
Okay, terrific.
Things are really going. I mean, Stacey, Friday, 5 p.m., drive time talk radio. So now kids.
Did we find out who our competition was? Isn't it people like Hannity and stuff on talk radio?
Okay. So starting this Friday at 5 o'clock from 5 to 6, every Friday in WNJC, baby, on that 1360 AM. And the way that you got to say it, you got to say WNJC. You got to say WNJC. Can you do that?
No, I can't.
Say it with me. Say WNJC, baby. WNJC.
You're the voice guy.
Oh, Lordy. That's right, guys. So listen, every time you're down in Philadelphia, you're going to be able to check it out on TuneIn Radio. We're going to be figuring out what other platforms you guys can get the live feed, the replay of the 5 o'clock 1360 WNJC show will be on Spreaker.com, hashtag JD and Stacey. And for our loyal listening audience, Stacey and I were talking about it, and we said, we want to make this big splash on Fridays at 5 p.m. And I think at some point we're going to start going live in the market. But to begin, we're going to start putting in some pre-recorded shows. So we were going to do a special show for Friday. But then we said, our audience Tuesday night, Thursday night, Sunday morning is so electric, so energetic. We have such great feedback. I feel like I'm doing Sally Self T-Self by the T-Show. I feel like I'm spitting all over the microphone.
Do you need a spittle towel?
I know somebody who needs a spittle towel. I know somebody who needs a whole bunch of, oh, Lordy.
You're insane.
So I think what we're going to do, Thursday night show. So now that we're up on the regular terrestrial radios, baby, heading to that satellite, it's kind of like Hollywood. So we got to do like some Hollywood magic. So what everybody's going to help us out with Thursday night, we're actually going to do the Friday WNJC show, but everybody just go with it. So we'll talk a little more WNJC than K98, but it'll be the same kind of lunacy, the same kind of madness, and the same kind of,
Our shenanigans are cheeky and fun.
Get ready, Philadelphia.
His shenanigans are cruel and tragic.
It's not just about cheesesteaks and the Eagles, baby.
Not shenanigans at all.
It's not.
Evil shenanigans.
I swear to God, I'll pistol whip the next guy that says shenanigans.
And with our luck, there will be huge breaking news Friday.
Hey, Farva. What's the name of that restaurant you like with all the goofy shit on the walls and the mozzarella sticks? You mean shenanigans?
Oh. Okay, terrific.
So we are going to be bringing our brand of political talk radio meets a Japanese game show meets Metallica on acid to South Philly and Jersey, correct?
Yay, South Philly and Jersey.
That's great. And I want
to lucky.
I want to thank a very good friend of ours from All Con Radio in the chat room who actually did say, yes, JD, please stop spitting. So being that she's in the radios, baby, I bet you she can see the specks, the little spittle flecks coming through the microphone, I tell you. Okay, before we get into that, you know what we got to do right here at the top of the show?
What?
That's right, baby. Who went to London town?
Jets?
Who had 166 yards on the ground?
Jets?
And who got Joe Philbin fired 4th game into the season? All right, so they fired Joe Philbin, who, and I have to tell you something. I had a good friend of mine from he likes to move from job to job. The last place I had worked in M&A consulting, I had a good friend there who was a Miami Dolphin fan. And I'm a hapless, lifelong bleed green and white Jet fan. And, I said to him, with the addition of Tannehill and some of the moves they made, the Dolphins are really supposed to be a good team. They're awful. They stink on ice. They're 1-3. They fired their head coach yesterday morning after losing to my Jets's on Sunday in London.
I'd fire my coach after losing to the Jets, too. God.
Okay, no, but wait a minute. You have to follow my train of thought here. It froze me in my tracks for a second. We cannot be the Joe Philbin of WNJC radio.
No, we cannot.
We can't be sitting there after show number 5 in a meeting with the office down at the studios and be like,
I bring nothing to the table.
I think our biggest risk on WNJC, JD, is you.
Oh, by far.
I think the inappropriate bell
Giggity, let's have sex.
Are going to be our friends.
You ever seen a grown man naked?
No.
Well, my radio dream has come true because for all of you who really know me, I have reached the pinnacle of where I wanted to be. I have done this all, and this all began, and I told Stacey this a long time ago. I just wanted a cheesesteak sponsor.
Oh, yeah. We're going to have to get to Philly and do a cheesesteak war.
Oh, my God. Could you imagine me, you, Philly, all listeners on a corner, tequila, 9th, and Passyunk?
No, cheesesteak, you got to have a beer. No.
The only reason I said tequila is because I wanted to play the Mexican accents.
Well, no, cheesesteak, you got to have a beer, but I could sit at Pat's, and you could sit at, what's the other one?
Gino's.
Yeah, you can sit at Gino's, I'll sit at Pat's, and we'll broadcast.
I've been waiting to roll this hand grenade for the past couple of shows. Pop quiz. Who in the chat room is listening to the show, and who's just talking to everybody else? 30 seconds to get an answer.
Jody said cheesesteak, so she's listening.
I know she did. She felt me spitting through the microphone at her all the way out in Newfoundland, where she lives, up with the Canucks.
The Canucks. There you go.
Listen, I know that you're taping this for posterity, so listen, if we didn't make it clear through all the shenanigans and the read between the lines, take your list and what? Okay, so. What are you and I always pounding the table about on this show about our morons?
Our guys don't know how to politic.
What?
Our guys in the Republican Party and conservatives in general do not know how to politic.
No, the leadership and Republican politicians right on down, as soon as the camera gets in their face, are the equivalent of...
How'd you like to mow my lawn? Huh?
I mean, I cannot. Did you have an opportunity? So basically what we are speaking about here. What we are speaking about here is a very weak Hillary Clinton that is damaged from several different fronts and sides, including within the Democratic Party. And conservatives looking like we're going to have a victory, okay? Drunk stork John Boehner is finally retiring, stepping down, special election, J.D. Winterregg, Ohio 8. And you have this moment where conservatism seems to be on the rise. The Trump clown car has completely dropped its transmission. You want to know why? Because I heard him in an interview a few hours ago, literally forcefully defending eminent domain and saying conservatives just do not understand the issue. Now.
Because that old woman will be happier when she moves.
Oh, yeah.
He knows.
I'm going to take the old woman, all the Mexicans, and put them in a beautiful door inside a wall. Huge. Mexicans, Trump.
And they're going to love it.
Okay, terrific.
But you have this...
Not only that, he came in second in an Iowa poll for the first time today since
July.
July.
Have this seemingly ascendant conservative moment. And you have this establishment GOP insider, hey, dude, kind of Keanu Reeves hack in McCarthy, who is the whip. Why is he the whip? Well, why was
he the majority leader?
I was saying
Scalise is the whip.
He was the whip before he moved to majority leader.
Right.
Why was he the whip and the majority leader? Why? Because
he does what he's told.
That's right. He's a compliant, cuckolded little speckle-faced jackass who turns over on his back for the establishment for the belly rub. So this guy shouldn't even be a factor, right? No, he looks like he's going to be the next Speaker of the House. So when you finally have committee after committee and Dre Gowdy and drip, 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 and Hillary seeming to be on the ropes, this is what your future conservative, your future Speaker of the House, handed to Andrea Mitchell. This is him on Sean Hannity's show, 72 hours or something like within the last 3 or 4 days.
I knew you'd want to ask it. What you're going to see is a conservative speaker that takes a conservative Congress that puts a strategy to fight and win. And let me give you one example.
He's not talking about him.
Everybody thought Hillary Clinton was unbeatable, right? But we put together a Benghazi special committee, a select committee. What are her numbers today? Her numbers are dropping. Why? Because she's untrustable. But no one would know.
Untrustable isn't even a word.
I agree. That's something good. I give you credit for that. I give you credit for sequestration. I'll give you credit where credit is due. But here's...
Okay, now, every conservative who's following this basically was...
What is your major malfunction, numbnuts? Did your parents have any children that lived? Sir, yes, sir. I bet they regret that. You're so ugly you could be a modern art masterpiece.
Okay, so since the Cardinal Richelieu of the Republican Party, I mean, the greatest politicker in the history of done politicking, McCarthy, this jackass, who is cashing in on this more than anybody else?
Hillary!
Oh, yeah. Have you seen the ad?
Oh, yeah. Because what have her and Bill been saying forever?
It's a vast right-wing conspiracy, and I get head from fat chicks.
Depends on what the definition of is.
All right, so basically you had Hillary Clinton right before Kevin McCarthy made those comments, and she was all
It's over, Johnny. It's over. Nothing is over. Nothing. You just don't turn it off.
When we come back on the other side of this ad we're going to play, Stacey's going to go into the little love fest over at NBC. But this is what the Republican Party establishment and the soon-to-be Speaker of the House handed the Hillary Clinton campaign. It was basically like a shot of amphetamines to a heart.
The Republicans finally admit it.
Republican Kevin McCarthy saying the committee investigating Benghazi and Clinton's emails was created to destroy her candidacy.
Everybody thought Hillary Clinton was unbeatable, right? But we put together a Benghazi special committee. What are her numbers today?
Republicans have spent millions attacking Hillary because she's fighting for everything they oppose, from affordable health care to equal pay. She'll never stop fighting for you, and the Republicans know it.
I'm Hillary Clinton, and I approve this message.
Ugh, take it from there with Cankles.
Take it from there with Cankles? Well, kind of looks like Cankles is getting one-upped here by Joe Biden a little bit, doesn't it?
Let me tell you something.
Joe Biden's playing my dying son said the last thing he wanted me to do was run for president because we don't need another Clinton. We do better with Biden values. He told Maureen Dowd that. Maureen Dowd published it, and it started a flood of inquisition. Is Biden going to run? Is Biden going to run? Biden, would you like to run? As Hillary's poll numbers and likability are going off the cliff, we have this big emotional for Biden.
Which comes from, and this is the best part of it. And you know, NBC News basically gave Hillary Clinton an infomercial after she did Saturday Night Live with I forget if it was Savannah Guthrie, whoever the hell it was over there on the Today Show, and she was over there at this pancake da 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 da. Let me tell you something. We make fun of Uncle Joe, and he's like this, hey, you know, you crazy uncle in the corner. He can read polls from a Politico article within the last day or two. So they talk about him telling the story. So, all right. They go into him setting up the story that he tells Maureen Dowd of Beau Biden on the deathbed, and you know it can't be the Clintons. To quote from the Politico article, before that moment and since, Biden has told the Beau story to others. Some details changed, the setting, the exact words. The version he gave Dowd delivered the strongest punch to the gut, making the clearest swipe at Clinton, which was the version that ended up getting printed in the New York Times story. Why? Because Joe dropped it in whose ear? In Modo's ear. Who can't Modo stand? Hill and the Clintons. This goes down the Political article, such as the crosstab data show him, Biden, drawing more support from Clinton, then Bernie Sanders. We got about a minute left here. Does this rejuvenate? Did we just hand her the ball to run into the end zone and kill us on the clock, or does Uncle Joe have some leverage here?
I think Uncle Joe still has some leverage because when it comes right down to it, it's not the Benghazi committee, and I think that was a really poor choice of framing, obviously, that McCarthy did. What that uncovered was her dishonest.
It was political malpractice. It was political malpractice the way.
Right. But what the Benghazi committee eventually did was uncover her illegal and completely non-transparent server, and that's what's making her trustability and everything else tank. By referencing Benghazi, people aren't going to forget about her jerky server and all the classified information on it and the fact that the Chinese probably have it.
What's a jerky server? Oh, make sure you don't delete your emails so I have them. Coming back on the other side, Vladimir Putin, the mullahs, the jihadis, and all of our enemies. That can't be good. But remember.
Hey, y'all crazy bitch, but you're so good I'm on top of it when I dream. I'm doing you all night. Scratches all down my back.
JD and Stacey, K98, coming back on the other side.
One break coming up.
Hey folks, Slickery Trigger here. I'd like to take a minute to tell you about Rebel Road Tactical. As a defensive pistol instructor, I've had the opportunity to observe many different holster designs and configurations. And one thing is clear. Many of my students won't carry a pistol. Or worse, they'll carry one without a holster at all. Holster designers aren't making holsters for normal people. It seems that most holsters are either an expensive piece of gear designed for Rambo or a piece that doesn't fit or function the way real people need it to fit and function. So, like any good Texan, I decided to learn to form codex and design one myself, one that would fit the needs of average people. The result is the Rebel Road Tactical CRT Modular. The CRT stands for Carry, Range, and Training. Its thin and lightweight curved design minimizes printing and is adjustable to fit just right for superior comfort and function. Check us out after the show at rebelroadconcealed.blogspot.com.
If you like your health care plan, you'll be able to keep your health care plan. This is the most transparent administration in history. Not even a smidgen of corruption.
Fact is, we had 4 dead Americans. What difference at this point does it make?
If you got a business, you didn't build that.
The feeling most people get when they hear a Barack Obama speech, I felt this thrill going up my leg. I don't have that too often.
Steady.
It's time to hear the truth about America's biggest challenges. Ricky Robinson, host of America Off the Rails, will tackle the important issues facing America today as he tries to keep America from coming off the track. Get ready to hear the truth every Monday through Friday starting at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 Central, here on K98Talk.com and the Spark Radio Network.
Welcome to the face. Welcome to the face of the new democracy.
Red Nation Rising brings you Town Hall Radio.
From a single tweet to 3 million a month, our community is a force to be reckoned with on social media.
So don't miss our show, Thursdays, 8 p.m. Eastern on K98 Talk.
Our chat room is our co-host, and you ask the question.
Join us and be heard.
So get ready to sound off on Red Nation Rising Radio. No one else is going to do it for you.
There's a wild, wild whisper blowing in the wind, calling out my name like a long lost friend.
Are you conservative in a world of liberal?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Well, you're not alone. Hey, I'm Daniel Stafford, host of the Stafford Voice, and I'd like to invite you to tune in each Monday, 10 p.m. Eastern, where I'll break down the events of the week, and together we'll learn about how they affect you. So, sit back and get ready for the good, the bad, and the ugly of talk radio right here on K98 Talk.
Welcome back to all my political freaks, geeks, and back alley sneaks. JD and Stacey here on K98 Talk. Everybody right now, get over to K98Talk.org. Get in that chat room. Listen to these crazy people. Oh, my lordy, past the 40. We're trying to figure out who's slick shooting. Remember, guys, after the show, not during it, get over to Spreaker.com, hashtag JD and Stacey. Find everything we've been doing here with that K98 Talk with that Ricky Ticky Tavi Rick Robinson. And we're not just here Tuesday night, 10 p.m., guys. We're here Thursday night, 9 p.m. again, live for an edition of Game On. Now, Fridays, 5 p.m., drive time. You can find Stacey and I, WNJC, 1360 AM, covering in that South Jersey, Philadelphia, and Northern Delaware for them 4.2 million listeners, baby. And this is going to be the week of all weeks. Keep your eye out. JD going to be on that Flipside show for that JD and Stacey and K98 Talk. Get over to FlipsideShow.com. Find that channel. Find the Stacey, what happens if their peoples don't carry the Flipside show? Hello?
Your cable company.
Oh, were you muted?
I didn't think I was, and then I must have hit the button the wrong way.
Get that.
I had to sneeze, and I didn't think anybody wanted to hear it, and I didn't want Jody to see me. I didn't want Jody to see me spitting on the mic.
Oh, my God. So we're going to have to show up Friday and be like...
I bring nothing to the table.
I bring nothing to the table.
Oh, my God. Don't.
I work very hard at bringing nothing to the table, though.
JD in the 1360 studios. For very good
because he doesn't know what the buttons on this board do.
Oh my God! Oh, so all right. So now, and that's right. And again. For those of you who are just coming into the show, JD and Stacey going to be up on that 1360 AM WNJC, baby, in that South Jersey, Philadelphia, and that Northern Delaware. We're going to be in Biden's home state. We're going to be, I was thinking about this the other day. We're going to be in Uncle Joe's backyard, and for loyal listeners of the show, we're going to find out
who else's backyard we're going to be in.
Who?
Selena Zito.
Oh, that's right.
My God.
We're slowly.
You think she ever gets over to Philly? That would be awesome.
Folks, for those of you who are wondering, we are going to be in the 6th largest media market in the country, baby. That's right. I mean, I am so psyched. You know what, Stacey? About 6 months out there, people are going to be recognizing you, walking up to you on the street and be like, they're going to be like, Windows Media failure. That's great. Okay, terrific. Let's see. How about now?
Who is your daddy?
There we go.
And what does he do?
Okay.
There you go.
And another. Oh, Jesus. We'll see if we can get through the show. We're taking on water on the soundboard. But we want to thank everybody, honestly, who's helped make this possible. We want to thank Rick Trader and 1360 WNJC. You're going to hear us having some new sponsors up there. We're going to be searching them airways. We're going to be making some damage. We're going to be doing all sorts of stuff. Now, before we get going, we know you're listening. We know, well, you know this.
Hey, y'all crazy bitch.
I'm your number one fan.
I hate this place. Nothing works here.
You're insane.
Okay, the 95th caller with the right answer.
It went past the point of entertaining today, JD.
Oh, God in heaven. It always does.
I know.
What segment are we in?
And, there's nothing entertaining about this next segment. To me, it's actually kind of quite frightening.
Okay, so why don't you start with the Iranians pointing their nuclear schmeckles at us?
Oh, yeah. So, the big head honchos, Durkabab number, 37 and 38, over in Iran, decided to announce several days ago on their television over in Tehran that they have all of the U.S. military bases in the Middle East in range of Iranian missiles, and that they will continue to break international bans on ballistic missiles. That the work remains secret. And, oh, by the way, they are this close to having a joint war room with Russia, Syria, and Iraq, something to the degree of CENTCOM.
Okay, so let's break this down for the audience. Basically,
Durka.
have really decided they're going to point missiles at the U.S. too. Why are they doing this, Scotzo?
Virgin.
Oh, but there's a new twist. Hello, Middle East citizens. I would like to tell you, you now have a new hegemonic overlord. My name is Vladimir Putin. This is your new song. So, to Stacey's point, a senior Iranian military leader warned this weekend that all U.S. military bases in the Middle East are within the range of Iran's missiles and emphasized that the Islamic Republic will continue to break international bans on the construction of ballistic missiles. Now, the spokesman for, and this was given now, it's given to the Iranian, a lot of these reports are coming off what they call FARS, which is the Iranian State News Agency. But at this point, with what we've seen publicly from the administration, I think FARS might be as accurate as CNN. Spokesman for the Iranian military dismissed the threat of military action by the United States, warning that all U.S. assets and allies are in range of Iran's current missile arsenal, according to comments made Sunday in Tehran. The article goes on, just to Stacey's point, the joint war room, which they were, they had it. What was the, Stacey? They had the Information Exchange Center, correct?
Yes, the Information Exchange Center, where the axis of evil is going to plot their hegemony in the Middle East. It's going to be fantastic. And then you have the Pentagon, our Pentagon, the U.S. Pentagon, confirming that Iranian warships confront U.S. Navy on a daily basis.
You know, why couldn't you have, if you would have told me that you were going to drop a hegemony, I would have so had Billy Idol.
Hegemony.
Hegemony, Moni, Durka.
I'm sorry. They're taking over the Middle East. We have no influence there anymore, and it will take us years to get it back.
And this goes back to a point we speak about what it means to be a hegemon and what it means to project power in certain regions of the world. Putin has sent the
we project none.
No. Putin has sent the feared Spetsnaz special forces into Syria to bail out Assad. In case you're wondering who the military groups that the Russians and Putin are dropping into this conflict in Syria to basically defend Assad, which, as Stacey and I explained, I think, on last Thursday night's show, is basically a client state of Russia. These troops are veterans of the Chechenian and some of the other jihadi actions that have been savagely brutal and vicious. These units do not fight like U.S. military units. These are paramilitary units that have gone out and have been documented to have taken heads of civilian jihadis. I mean, not that I have any sympathy for the jihadis, but this is what you're looking at. So now Russia has sent its crack special forces troops into Syria to back up President Bashar Assad's bid to wipe out his opposition. All right? And again, this goes to the new hegemony in the Middle East. Vladimir Putin's feared Spetsnaz unit and a covert para-battalion ghosted into the war-torn country and are preparing for an all-out assault on rebels fighting the regime, including moderate units such as the Western-backed Free Syrian Army. Stace, if you could just freeze out that statement right there, you know what jumped out at me?
Which?
When was the last, well, I guess you could say Afghanistan, but around, when was there a major hot conflict fought with proxies backed by both the U.S. and the Soviet Union? That wasn't Afghanistan.
It wasn't Afghanistan.
This reeks of Vietnam to me. And not this quagmire nonsense that you're always going to hear the left bring up. But I thought about this for a second. You had, during the Vietnam conflict, the Red Chinese and the Russians who were backing the NVA. And you had the Southern Vietnamese who were basically a proxy and backed by the West. So in this statement, Vladimir Putin's feared Spetsnaz unit in a covert para-battalion ghosted into the war-torn country and are preparing for an all-out assault on rebels fighting the regime, including moderate units such as the Western-backed Free Syrian Army. So now you have Russian troops and proxies fighting, which I'm going to say, regardless of what we're hearing, there has to be some U.S. boots on the ground with whoever these Syrian-backed rebels are.
Well, I mean, they're talking about CIA trained troops and things like that. So, I mean, I'm not getting the impression from where I'm reading that they're necessarily regular army, but I mean,
no.
This particular set of troops that he has sent in there, I mean, this makes SEAL Team 6 look like a bunch of nice guys.
Well, not
when
only
you
that,
read about what they've done in Chechnya and things like that,
right.
I mean, they are there to wipe out all opposition to Assad. All opposition to Assad is ISIS and anyone else.
Absolutely. And what you have here, I think, you were the one who had sent me the article on why the Iran deal ensures war, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If you take a look at Russia's muscle flexing in the Middle East right now, this goes on in, and by doing that, and they're talking about Russia's moves within the Middle East, and by doing that, they will be consolidating Russia's position on the Mediterranean and in the Middle East. Now, this article, I highly recommend it. This was a National Review article. Stacey, do you remember when this was? Did this come out today?
This was today.
This was today.
Vince, can't remember his last name.
Victor
Hansen, I think.
Victor Davis Hansen.
Yeah.
Do you want to pick up on this? You want me to start with this? Because I think this ties together what we were talking about perfectly.
Well, I mean, first we had the squawking earlier in the week by joshing earnestly in the administration. You killed the wrong guys. Don't do that anymore. Okay. Putin basically blew him off, smacked Obama around at the UN a little bit and said, don't fly here anymore. We have no respect there. The trickle-down effect of that and what struck me, I mean, there was kind of 5 big chunks that he took a look at. Mm-hmm. Really undermines the dissidents that are opposing the tyrannical regime in Iran and in other places, because the Obama administration, together with this global coalition through the Iran deal, right, has legitimized that level of tyranny. So when we flood that country with $150 billion and they're able to sell oil again and they get their money and build their military, guess who gets to take credit for that? The really, really bad guys.
Right, and when you take a look at even right now, when they have these torpedoes that they're talking about, that they can take care of things on land and on sea, and they say, wait a minute, how, because the Iranians buy a lot of technology, and they're kind of like the Chinese with the reverse engineering of their military technology. But in this particular case, you know where they directly got it from? They directly got it from the Russians. They directly got it from the Russians. And what happened after this?
And what happened to all that yammer? If they do anything wrong, snapback provision.
And it doesn't.
They're out there saying we're doing something wrong.
And then what was the net? What was the net of this deal? You ended up having the Palestinians renouncing the Oslo Accords. But it was funny. You were talking about this feckless jerk-off policy we have here with ISIS. You know what I have here? Did you hear the K98 Talk news audio they had of Obama sitting there waiting for Air Force One?
No. What did you call him? The Section 8 presidency?
I am gay.
I'll say it again, baby, because we're coming to that 1360 AM WNJC in Philadelphia. President Barack Obama is the political equivalent of Section 8 housing in the White House. I said it. He's the political equivalent of Section 8 presidency. He really, really is. You know who I'm really trolling by saying things like that we just haven't gotten to talk about in a while?
Black Lives Matter.
Come on! Somebody in the Black Lives Matter group get mad at us.
They don't listen to us, JD.
Yeah, but how can you not take an excuse to play Sanford and Son, for Christ's sake? Good Lord and baby Jesus.
I don't know.
But no, Victor
David.
You know,
the other thing that he really brought out in that article was Israel. And the position that this is putting the state of Israel in, and hearkening it back to the diplomacy and the intercontinental agreements that were made prior to the Holocaust.
And let me tell you something. If this comes down under Netanyahu's watch, I don't think he's a man who's going to let his people, and this is always dicey when you talk to it, be led to a second genocide. But this is what we pound on the table about all the time, kids. This is what happens when you have the equivalent of Neville Chamberlain on acid and steroids running your foreign policy. And the press right now is just defending Kankles to her dying day. But you want to know what? That's why God invented segment 3. We're going to give you a little tease for segment 3 coming up.
Are you telling them they should drink before segment 3?
I think I might start thinking before segment 3. Coming into the top of the hour, ending up the show. We got Nobody Gets Deported. Stacey's going to have to bail me out because I lost one of the other things we're talking about. Oh, and yes, Johnny's going to have to learn Arabic. JD and Stacey here on K98 Talk. Game on. Come to that 1360 WNJC in Philadelphia, baby. We're going to be right back.
One break coming up.
Hey everybody, this is Jason, host of According to Me. I'd like to invite you to check out my show. It's a 2-hour show that lasts 60 minutes in...
Listen, I hate to interrupt, but one thing I can do is read off a script. Just say, let me be clear a lot. It works.
President Obama, I can handle this. It's a radio promo. I'm not green. I've done this before.
Did someone say green?
Now, Al Gore is here. Listen, I'm just trying to record a radio promo. Do you mind?
Now, do you say good things about me on the show?
No, not at all. But if it makes you feel any better, I rip on Republicans just as much.
The AM radio frequencies give off very high levels of radiation.
Look, my show is on the internet, which you invented. Can I just do my promo?
I got a pen. I can veto that, you know.
I know you got a pen. It's not a law. It's a radio promo. Listen, just listen to my show. Barack Obama and Al Gore hate it, so you're going to love it.
Here's an executive order. Don't listen to his show. He doesn't like me. He's racist. And he doesn't recycle either.
That's it. I'm done. It's According to Me, Wednesdays, 10 p.m. Eastern, right here on K98 Talk.
I'm easy like Sunday morning.
Wondering why you're up early with us on a Sunday morning making a cocktail? News lately got you drinking? Hung over from the mainstream media by Sunday? We are, and we got you covered.
We sure do. We got your hangover cure for those weekly news blues. So sit back, top off your mimosa, and add some Baileys to that coffee.
Take a match to your copy of the New York Times. Light, funny, and oh yeah, news with booze.
And a lot of laughter.
Welcome to Bloody Marys and Broadsheets. If it's Sunday, it's Bloody Marys and Broadsheets.
We're your cure from your weekly news hangover.
We will never fully understand what we've asked of our military service members or their families, asking them to put themselves in harm's way, to endure it all. But we do understand that it's our turn, our duty, to keep them secure for the rest of their lives. Wounded Warrior Project long-term support programs help our most severely ill or injured veterans live independently, at no cost, for life, so that they might stand at ease. Join us at findwwp.org.
K98 Talk is expanding its lineup for 2015. This means we are expanding our advertising base. Whether you're a startup trying to push through to the next level or an established business trying to supplement your advertising budget, web-based advertising is a solid investment. Thanks to Talk's newest partnership with TuneIn Radio and instant access to our sister station, K98 FM, we give you worldwide access at a reasonable cost. Interested parties should email us at sales@k98fm.com.
We're back. Hashtag JD and Stacey here on K98 Talk. Everybody right now, get over to K98Talk.org. Get in that chat room. Say hello to Stacey. Remember, we're not just here Tuesdays at 10, Thursdays 9, Friday 5 p.m. WNJC 1360 AM. South Jersey, Philly. Yo, bro, I can listen to Hannity. I can listen to Laura Ingraham. I listen to JD and Stacey. I'm going to get cheesesteak. I'll punch you in the face and we'll watch the Eagles game. I'm going to figure it out. Get over to Spreaker.com. Hashtag JD and Stacey. Find out everything we've been doing here in K98 Talk. And watch out for JD representing the JD and Stacey show on Michael Loftus, that Flipside show, baby. That's going to that 50 million homes on that cable TVs there. Get over to the FlipsideShow.com. Get over to Channel Finder Stacey. If the cable company doesn't carry it, what do they do? What do they do?
They call them and say, we want the Flipside show.
Is this the second mute penalty of the show? Do I have to do everything? Oh, my God. All right.
But, there's something pretty cool in chat because we have a couple of fans in the DFW area. Hey, guys, call your terrestrial AM and say, we want JD and Stacey.
No. Let me tell you something. It's going to be a little hard to sell. In the Dallas-Fort Worth market. Well, we're going to have to ask all our listeners
I think there's a lot more conservatives down there.
You're going to have to call them up on the phone. And you're going to have to tell them the Reverend J.D. done told you. There be starving people in the Iran with the mullets, baby, with the nuclear penises and the speckles pointed at the people here in the United States. And you say, Lord, please give me that J.D. and Stacey on that radio station. Is that how they're supposed to do it?
No, they're just really supposed to call the local terrestrial and say, hey, and then get all their family to do it and all their local friends.
Okay, terrific.
We have 3 of you.
What
Get
happened?
10 friends and call.
You didn't like mine. That's right. Everybody get into whatever market you're in. Tell them JD's coming in.
Hey, where are the white women at?
Giggity, let's have sex.
Okay, Johnny's got to learn Farsi. Is this or is this not true?
I think that's true. I think that is like the most popular language for new immigrants.
This is why whatever primordial Oz. Oh my God! I told you it's been a long few days for the JD here, but not as long for But all right, when whatever primordial ooze species comes after we're gone, and they write our history, they are going to want to know why we're so stupid. Data from the United States Census Bureau show that languages spoken in Muslim countries. Okay, I honestly, even with all the bobble-headed, ass-hatted, buffoonery, jerk-off nonsense that goes on, I never thought I would read this sentence not as a setup to a bit. Data, and this is from, it's from Breitbart. Maybe it is satire. Data from the United States Census Bureau show that languages spoken in Muslim countries, what are Muslim countries?
Oh, durka.
Are surging into U.S. households due to rapid growth in immigration from Muslim nations. Because what else would you do after waging war against the people that want to kill you for 14 years, but say,
let them all come here.
Yeah, bring us your tired, your poor, your durka. After 5 decades of large-scale immigration, a record 63.2 million U.S. residents, or more than 1 in 5, speak a language other than English when at home. Previous reports have shown that the U.S. is now the second largest, and this is why I queued this up. We are the second largest. Ready?
What is your major malfunction, numbnuts?
We are now the second largest Spanish-speaking country in the world. Stacey, tell us what we've won.
Oh, well, we've won a lot of jobs that you won't be able to get unless you speak Spanish. We've also won a lot of...
Okay, terrific.
Really neat phone menus where you have to press 1 for English and 2 for Spanish.
No. Half the time you got to press 2 is speaking English now.
Yeah. Well, I mean...
You know what? Before we get into this, and this doesn't have to do with globalization. This has to do with birth rates in this. But I have to tell you something. So a couple of years ago, I don't know if I called Dell or who I called, and I got one of these Indian call centers, right? So they're transmitting my phone line call through the stratosphere and then the circle holes or to the phone line or who the hell knows. And I get, somebody in Calcutta on the other end of the phone. So after 10 minutes of durka and trying to figure out what the hell he's saying, I'm like, hey, man, we're just two human beings. Just tell me your name, and we can go from there. And he paused for a second, and he said, my name is Bob, my friend. And
His name's not Bob. Is that why we call everybody over there Bob now?
I paused for a second, and I had 47 strokes, and I'm like, listen to me, goddammit. Listen, your name is not Bob. We are starting offline. This is like if you're on a first date and the girl you're with goes and blows a waiter in the bathroom, okay? That's a bad start. That's a bad start to a date. You're lying to me, Bob. What is your name? And then we got to the fact that his name was Riptinda, and we laughed, and he had a son, and I had a surfboard, and nothing got resolved on the phone call, but that was Riptinda. So between 2010 and 2014.
That was your shot at, global...
No, that was JD's appearance on the world stage. I have now been relegated.
Okay, that was your one appearance on the world stage.
I have now been relegated.
I just think at this point, the U.S. school system, if we're going to teach foreign language to our children, needs to stop offering French and German at all. And vote, you can take Spanish, you can take Farsi, or you can take Chinese. It's one of those three.
Well, listen, you take Chinese, at least you'll be able to do some business. But this is what gets me. I don't even want to focus so much on...
you think you're not going to be doing business in Farsi here shortly? You're out of your mind.
Well, now that they got $150 billion more dollars. But
that's if they don't bomb us first, because all their missiles are pointed at us. And if you think they're not building ICBMs, not just ballistic missiles, you're crazy.
Why are they doing all that?
Virgin.
Okay, so... But specifically the Durkas, between 2010 and 2014, there was a 29% increase in Arabic, a 23% increase in Urdu, and a 9% jump in Persian. Persian! Okay. This is not the Indiana Jones movie from the 20s and the 30s where the plane flies over in the red line. There hasn't been a Persian Empire in over 100 years. Folks, if you ever hear Persian, it means Iranian. I cannot take this. I cannot take this anymore. Let's get to the one that made me give the happy. This is my favorite effect of the day. This is this story. Arriba!
And JD, do you know why we have all these different languages?
Oh, because the Statue of Liberty and conservatives are racist?
Because we're not deporting anybody.
Oh, all right, everybody, tell Stacey what you just won. U.S. government deports fewest immigrants in nearly a decade. From My Way News, the figures show that deportations of criminal... This is the best part, Stacey. We're not even talking about deportations. The deportations of criminal immigrants have dropped to the lowest numbers since President Barack Obama took office in 2009, despite his pledge to focus on, remember this? No, we're just going to get the ones that commit crimes. And what about your act of love and your taxpayer? No. And this is not including the ones that are turned away at the border. Biggest surprise in the figures was the decline in criminal deportations, said Jay Johnson. I vacillate back and forth about how serious this guy is. Said last year directed immigration authorities anew to focus on finding deporting immigrants, blah, 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 blah. We're not sending anybody home even when they're committing felonies, see?
Well, that's because we all have sanctuary cities, so, cities like San Francisco let them go before DHS or ICE can touch them.
I swear to God.
We're not obligated to report.
I hate this place. Nothing works here. The medications don't work. I've been here for 7 years.
That's basically our immigration policy.
Pretty much.
Oh, man. But
I mean, we have a policy. We just don't do anything with it.
Well, we don't have listen. The United States...
We have a policy that says, well, here's what we'd like you to do, but if you don't want to, we're not going to make you.
You're going to give me a stroke about not kicking anybody out of the country. We have less than a minute. What is the third story I gave you that I guess didn't print out on my printer that I don't have here in front of me?
We just did 3 stories.
Wasn't there one from, the London Examiner?
No, we did 3 stories. Nobody's getting deported. We did 1 in 5 households are speaking languages, and then we did that the most popular language is coming from the Middle East.
No. The language story is the same story.
Not the one I read.
Oh, God.
What is your major malfunction, numbnut? Did your parents have any children that lived?
Sir, yes, sir.
I bet they regret that.
Hey.
You're so ugly you could be
My
a modern
parents are
art
loyal
masterpiece.
listeners. You better cut that out.
I have to tell you something. The Panthers Hour on Conservative Radio is coming to an end. That is the best way to end what we love to affectionately call here Trainwreck Radio. Now, we are going to be coming out Fridays, 5 p.m. Every Friday, 5 p.m. 6th largest radio market in the country on that WNJC, baby. WNJC, 1360 AM in South Jersey, in Philadelphia, and in that northern Delaware, that Joe Biden's backyard. What are we going to have to explain to all of those people about our show?
It's not going to be an orgy. It's a toga party.
But it's goddamn close. Baby, you got them keys?
Let's have sex.
And I just want to say that I was correct. Those were the 3 stories. So before we go, catch me on Twitter at @ScottsFire.
That's it? Well, you
That's
got me
it.
a Game
I
On
got
JD
nothing
on the
going
Twitters.
on.
And then we're going to be on the radio. AM radio. Here we come. Thank you, K98 Talk. Ricky Jiggy, Tally, Rick Robinson. Game On JD. Bar stools, alleyways, places I shouldn't be. If I live through it, I'll see you Thursday night, kids.
I'm looking for you, you Occupy freaks with your glitter bombs. Bring it on! Bring on the glitter. Everything has changed. Everything has changed in the last few years. Conservatives used to take it, and we're not taking it anymore.
When our water heater broke down last month, it was a nightmare. It took 5 hours for the plumber to show up, and he charged us a couple of $100 just to come out. Then it cost another $1,800 to put in the new water heater. By the time it was all said and done, I felt like I'd been taken. But what else could I do?
The smartest thing you can do is get a home warranty from American Residential Warranty. Their home warranties pay to repair or replace all your major appliances when they break, and they will break, and at the worst possible time. Call American Residential Warranty right now for free information on home warranties starting at just pennies a day. Don't wait for your refrigerator to stop running or your ceiling fans to stop turning. Call American Residential Warranty right now. Ask how you can save up to 50% on washer and dryer coverage. Just call 1-800-513-6154. That's 1-800-513-6154. Again, 1-800-513-6154. Call now.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-516-7602 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-516-7602 to take your call right now. Call 1-800-516-7602. That's 1-800-516-7602. Again, 1-800-516-7602.
Giggity, 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 let's have sex.